from Sydney, playing off against their Cross Bay rivals, Northern Suburbs Aurora. NSU, a relatively new club, Manly established, but both these teams very much about development and growth and improving their players. Manly obviously have a Division I women's team, so this is the development prospects, the new players, the young guns, and a few old hands out there as well. Gackatan is going to reach with a long one. It's incomplete. A sign of intent there. Jean Mayer unable to get there. It just tapped in. Nice backhand. Oh, the player in the middle slips. That's Sano, just losing her footing. McKay goes to Jean Mayer. Jean Mayer, one of the captains, is going to try and break inside out towards the front of the end zone. That's a goal. Jasmine Johnson, strong hands up high. See Manly just opening up that break side with a weak, a strong side stack. Correction on that long throw. It's actually Kath Adler who threw that one. So as I was saying, both teams, they are very much development focused. Manly with a short roster this weekend, only 14 names. So they're going to be in for a bit of a rough time. 3 games a day for women in this division. More Suburbs, however, they're possibly going to do a little bit better for their legs. They're coming with some 20 names. Not all of them are here at the moment, though. Only a few players still on their way and joining the team maybe tomorrow. See Coach Kayla Chan, the Manly Rollers there in the dark shirt, the number 9. The head and knee brace. Our best wishes to young Kayla. Injured her ACL playing Ultimate. She had hopes of representing in the Div I Manly team, but injury stopped her. The Suburbs now clearing the field at the other end, and the pool will go up. Nice pull by McKay. They'll let it land. And Northern Suburbs will set up in a vertical. That was Lamb. Lamb is not going to be able to get back to that one. And Jean Mayer will go to pick it up. Sporting bucket hat. Love a good bucket hat. Free cut was there. Elects not to throw it to McGill. Jean Mayer is going to break back to McGill, who continued her cut to the break side. Jean Mayer again. That forehand again, looking to open up the space and throw it back towards the break side of the field. Let's catch out in front. McKay. She's been playing well early. Oh, and there's a very nice goal to Meredith Otten. Back to the replay. You see what happened here. It was McKay out of the stack, and then Otten with the strong up the line cut. That's hard to defend. And the receiver starts with a bit of a step on you. It's hard to reel that back in as a defender. The trick to defending that is to almost play preemptively. Position yourself so that you're up the line and preventing that cut from even starting. Meredith Otten, too athletic. As soon as she got a step, she was gone. So Manly Rollers up 2-1 in this game. 12 minutes gone. While we're talking about the Manly Rollers, there are 2 number 12s out there. Both Brittany McGill and Olivia Ng both sporting the number 12, so if I mix them up, it's inadvertent. Conditions are pretty good for ultimate. There's a little bit of wind, it's a little bit blustery coming from directly across the field. As we pan and you look across the field from home, the wind would be coming directly to the camera. It'll make things a little bit interesting. Just add a bit of shape to some throws, and with new players and inexperienced players, it's always a great challenge. A great challenge to play in such conditions. All out in front of young Luna West. She can't get there. Jean-Mare again. Feel that she's going to be one of the main handlers this weekend. Oh, and just a cold drop through the hands for Leia. Oh, a big rip from Bath. It's going for Chow. Oh. Easy Bath. Puts the 12 gauge in the chamber and lets rip. So, and John Mayer shows she's got a bit of a weapon as well. Nice catch here near sideline. Manly trying to go fast. It's poached off on, and Jarman will pick that up. And Sano. There's Chow with a nice outside in, looking for Jarman again. Quite enough life in that disc to reach the target and go the distance. Jean-Mare is pointing, wants the long, he's going to put it up. It's a pretty good throw. It's a perfect throw, in fact. It's McGill. Jean-Mare gets a reset. He's just going to go straight back down that near sideline. It bounces through the hands of Natasha Ramsden. High throw, hard to control. NSU running a really well-defined vertical. You can see like each cut is oh, and Bath is going to go for Sano. She's in a good spot with a nice grab. Sano getting horizontal. Oh, she's going to reach again. She's thrown it way too far though. Off the back of what can only be described as an outstanding athletic play. Ooh, and the pressure. The game beginning to open up. Bath goes quick to the disc. He's going to throw the flick that falls to the ground, and another bid. NSU getting horizontal at the moment. So Jean-Mare will come back to the line with the disc. It's going to be an uncomfortable corner to throw to if the wind continues in that direction. The backhand, Sano now getting herself a block. Wang. The forehand's a bit wobbly. She wasn't completely confident, but you'd have to say, based upon how it worked out, it was perfect. Bath with a high release that Shanks a little bit to the right. She's more aiming towards the break side of the field, trying to put it up out into space. What a great start to the morning this has been. This is quite pleasant. Love a nice game between two teams that are, you know, full of beans and full of talent. What a great start. So Jean-Maire looks down the field. Throws too short. It's read well all the way by Wang. Christian Chow with the huck, sporting the bucket hat as well. Nice throw to Ewan. Bath looks for the reset straight away. She's going to go to Sano again, and Sano's free. She's out the back. Can she get it? So close. It's a matter of mere centimeters. Sano reaching, straining. Based on the catch she made earlier, you'd fancy her to get that one too, but the wind was probably a little bit too strong, just pushing the disc out of reach. So Chow now. The first cut comes for Leia. Cannot catch it with that right hand stretching. NSU Aurora now will go to work. They are on the edge of the red zone. Sano is doing it all at the moment. She's going to go pick it up and handle. Nice swing to Bath. Ooh, pops it up in the breeze, and Chow reads it the best. But Bath is playing catch with her at the moment. She catches that to get a block. Sano gets engaged as the reset. Has to bid. She doesn't get this one. So we're going to have a timeout here, and both teams are going to come in and talk it over a little bit. Long point. Grinding out, and now the score is 2-1. While that is happening, we can while that's happening, we can talk a little bit about where we're playing. We're here in Raymond Terrace. It's about a half hour north of Newcastle. I call it the mid-north coast, but really it's probably the north central coast. Beautiful spot. If you're traveling and want somewhere nice to come to Raymond Terrace, come to Nelson Bay. Nelson Bay, of course, where we'll be holding the Division 1 and Division 2 championships in, well, only a matter of months. Some 6 weeks or so from now. We'll be back here in this part of the country, and it'll be a good time. Both of these teams will be in attendance. They'll make up their journey up the F3. It's not too far. Most of these teams actually probably would have drove up this morning. Some 3 hours or so from Sydney to here, so not too bad. And for a 9 o'clock game, I'm sure it's an early start, but you can get here. You might notice cars driving along the top of that ridge line in the left-hand side of the screen. It's actually the berm, the back edge of the Grahamstown Dam. Major water sources for those of us who live in these areas. A long time out, for a long time. Clearly neither team too enthusiastic about getting out there straight away. Wants to spend their time in the huddle talking about what they're going to do here. Manly Rollers are going to get some assistance from the Manly Division I women's team who are showing up for their game, which will be the next time slot when they will play. It looks like Manly are going to run out of the vertical. Both teams are sticking with the vertical so far, which is reasonable. Vertical offense is often the easiest to get right, shall we say. Instructions from Bath just saying that it's going to get counted in on the pickup. So Jean-Maire with a nice looking forehand. It's nice and flat. Manly now, with not much down the field. Jean-Maire goes around, tries to get the reset, eventually jukes Bath. That forehand is just a little bit too much. Certainly not enough of enough. So now Bath will head to the disc power thrower for this NSU offense. Probably be able to reach the end zone from there. So you have to think the outcut for Jarman is an option. She elects to go under, gets good separation. Bath can't get it to her. Sano clears from the reset, and Bath eventually finding Nguyen. Luna West gets free, it pops up. She can't control it on the second attempt. Manly are going to pick up the disc and find themselves on the halfway line. Roughly 30 or so meters to go. McGill goes to Chow, a little bit streaky. And Chow, just too much to Ramsden. Incomplete into that far corner of the end zone. We are going to see this contrast between, you know, the teams like the Rollers and NSU Aurora, who there's going to be turnovers, there's going to be mistakes, and that's just how ultimate is when you're learning. Oh, a nice flick to break back to West by Bath. And West gets it to Jarman. Nguyen with good flow for Aurora. Oh, they're combining well. The throw to the inside shoulder, though, is incomplete. I think that's a really great example of, you know, the difference between Division 1 and Division 2 Ultimate is the Division 1 teams you would expect to continue to be able to complete those passes down the field. The Division 2 teams, well, they're still yet to really figure out how to be consistent. And that's Rian Chow throwing it out there. Oh, a nice throw back to Chow, who goes over West. A wayward throw that is, oh, it's gone through 3 sets of hands. Chow had a bid, McGill had a crack. It's just fallen to the ground in disbelief. Surprised none of them caught it. A nice throw that Nguyen is unable to catch. So Jean-Maire now will pick this up a few meters inside the red zone immediately. Oh, what a nice D that is. Sneaking in front was Daisy Wang. Gets it to Bath. There seems to be a call on the field, so the disc will go back. There's Bath. Bath going to Nguyen. Gets called out immediately, and seems like, yeah, Nguyen will put the disc on the ground. There are some other Aurora players on the far sideline also agreeing with the call, saying that she caught the disc when she was out of bounds. The rule being that it was the first point of contact after you caught the disc. Bath been doing a mountain of work early. That's good. I imagine that we'll see a bit of Bath in the future. A nice catch there by Sano, and Sano's going to go with the backhand to the tall. Look like to, to throw well, to cut well, to play out of the course of the season. The improvements have been remarkable. The number of turnovers and incomplete passes dropping precipitously. He's looking for much the same improvement. This is the second year that NSU Aurora have actually sent a women's team. They came 5th last year, which you would have to say is an excellent debut. Short of winning the thing, I don't think you could do any better. This year they'll potentially be looking to improve upon their results. Who knows? We might see NSU Aurora in the semis, maybe in the finals. We're in a tight match right now, so McKay is going to look for the reset. Adelaide on this near side is covered well. Doesn't manage to find the throw to Norwood, and then Norwood to Otten. Otten, nice forehand down the field. Rosenthal looking for Adelaide, finds her. Oh, Adelaide nods. She has a player going long, and Adelaide's going to put it up. It's a pretty good throw, but played really well. And there is a foul call on the play. Kendall Lane looked like she was in front of McKay all the way. McKay clearly disagreeing. She's going to call that one back. Looks like she's saying she had it. So, whilst the signal was a strip, or a foul actually, that was the signal for a foul as we go to the replay. We'll come back to that foul call. Oh, nice D! That's him jumping in front there. Adelaide. I was talking earlier about some new hands and some old hands. Adelaide, very experienced. I have to fancy that she's going to throw a goal here. Stack's a little bit static though from Manly. Rosenthal eventually gets into some sort of space, but Adelaide can't get it to her. Goes to Otten. It's too far out in front. Bell Lamb will go pick this up for NSU Aurora and bring it back to the front of the end zone line. Break. And the continuation isn't quite there. That was Brunelli Brondex throwing that one. So McKay, who retracted her call earlier, which I think is excellent spirit. McKay looks. Norwood trying to get the reset. McKay with a great forehand towards Adelaide. It is undercut. Briones playing in the lane. Lamb. To Mei Lee Rickard's Tang. We'll come back to that name in a moment. NSU working their way down the field. Charlotte Kong to Lamb. She says yes, but it takes a massive deflection off the point block. Shi Wentworth Ping getting a huge piece of that by the looks of it. So Adlard gonna go with the big backhand is Adlard in the direction of McKay. The wind having other ideas about a completed pass there. Just a bit of a gust at the wrong time, catches the edge and floats over both receivers. Looks like it will come back though. Adlard seems to be making a call on the throw, maybe a bit of connection on the throwing arm as she tried to huck that. A common foul call, Briones, the defender involved over there. As you step out and go to reach that big backhand, a bit of backswing, and it's quite easy as the mark to, as you're getting across, obviously you're trying to get your hand in front of the disc, but sometimes you can't reach quite far enough. And the result is that you just connect with the thrower's arm, and it looks like it will be uncontested. So Adlard will have another shot at this. The force is now forehand. So Adlard gestures into her receivers down the field, gets a break throw towards Otten. So Lamb will pick it up. She seems to be the main handler on this particular line for Aurora. And there's Mei Lee Rickard's tag. Throwing incomplete. Adlard doesn't like the deep cut. Doesn't like the reset either. She's a little bit stuck. And oh, Rickard's tag with a great block. Lane looks to go fast with an outside in flick towards Rickard's tag. The double-barreled first name, last name. Mei Lee Rickard's tag. Gets herself a double happiness, the block and the score. That's some great play there. Come back, see Rickard's tank just playing on the edge of the lane, a little bit of inside technique, as it's called. Burst of acceleration, and then she's just kind of headed her way down the field, just kind of making space, and because of her her awareness has ended up in an excellent spot, and the throw dropped into her lap. So Aurora up 3-2 in this game, 36 minutes gone. This is a nice tight game for both these teams, an excellent challenge. This is why you come to these tournaments, to play these tight games and develop your skills, learn how to play a bit better. Sometimes pressure is what does that. I'm sure that there's an excellent metaphor to do with pressure, carbon and diamonds. I can't think of one at the moment. Leave it to the pundits at home. Thank you for those of you at home joining us. We'll be here for the next 2 days, so find yourselves with something, some time, and turn us on. Listen to me talk at you about Ultimate Frisbee and all the great things that are happening here. Bath with a really nice pull. First pass is shut off by the Aurora defense. Very nice cut there. Johnson, after the cut, can't complete the pass though. Bath struggles to pick it up, and she's going to take a little bit of time, wipe the disc, get a good grip of this. Goes with the break. It's too high though, and Jean Mayer is just going to throw it straight out of bounds. It won't come back. The angle on that disc was never right, and the wind was always going to ensure that it would not hold in. So Bath with a forehand force. I think this is probably a very nice move by Sano and a good throw by Bath. Bath is now on the backhand side. They're going with a bit of a straight up force for Bath, I think. It's probably a good idea. Gakutan doesn't want it and just throws it straight back across the field to Sano. the throw to the end zone. Selena Ong finds herself in a lot of space, and for the first time this game, that is a break. Where one team is now 2 scores ahead of the other. Sano has been excellent this game. A great start for her tournament, her campaign. Come back to just talking about Bath a bit. Seems like they're playing very flat on the mark, trying to prevent some of those big throws that she's shown a willingness and an ability to put in the air. I think that definitely for Manly keeping Bath in that forehand force, not letting her go to that humongous backhand. So the time slots here are 80 minutes this weekend. We're nearly halfway through. The time cap rules are fairly harsh. The game, soft cap will go at 60 minutes. 70 minutes rather. And then at 80 minutes, a hard cap will go. So the soft cap rules are, if you are within 1, you can add 1 to the score. Hard cap is the game ends at that moment in time. Most sports in this world have some sort of full time where the game just ends. Soccer and rugby league. It's not the case in Ultimate. Ultimate sharing more to do with tennis, where the winner has to win the last point, at least traditionally speaking. That's Otten. Otten with a big backhand. It's going to float nicely. It's played very nicely though. Some excellent defense there in the lane. So Brunelli Brondex to Lane. Lane! Oh, what a rip that is! That is a humongous forehand. She's thrown that 10 meters too far to a receiver. That was already a long way down the field. Buryak, I don't think she could have believed it. See that disc go flying past her. Thought that she was deep enough, and I thought she was deep enough, but the cannon of Kendall Lane says otherwise. Jean-Maire. Nice undercut there. Jasmine Johnson on this near sideline, and then McKay, a good backhand, looking for Wentworth ping. It's played well though by Lamb. Lamb to that far sideline. That forehand is going to pop up in the breeze. Too much edge. So Adelaide for Manly Rollers. She's just going to go with another big backhand. It's played pretty well though. Lane. She's going to play catch with Adelaide. Nope. Decides to go under. Gakatan to Lane. Lane nods. There's Buryak. Oh, and that big forehand again. That one, just getting too much of it. Jean-Maire. Lamb gets herself a block. Oh, with a big whack. Wentworth Pink goes over in a heap. Lamb giving her a good old slap with the disc on the way through. I think Wentworth Pink just fell over out of sheer shock more than anything else. Trying to find that angle. There's a big backhand. Jarvin again. It's definitely Jarman's strength. She's shown she's a threatening receiver towards lane. That's another break for NSU. Aurora now up 5-2 in this game. Manly Rollers are starting to fall behind in this Division 2 women's match here. We'll come back to the weather. Rain forecast for the entire weekend. The entirety of the east coast of Australia has been having a fair bit of weather. Sydney, recipients of torrential downpours during the week. Here, we're a little bit further north, some 200 k's north of Sydney. We didn't get nearly as much, but it's rained a little bit. Fields nice and soft. I need to switch my camping chair because I've just spilled water all over it. Manly, they need to find something now. It is becoming an issue in this game. They don't want to fall too far behind too early. There's still a bit of time to play in this match, but based upon the speed of scoring, I think that we're gonna reach a conclusion very quickly. As Fatlard has managed to find a stick creature on the side. A pet or just a local that has come over to say hi. So Rosenthal with a spicy backhand. Goes through the hands of Falea. Bath with no mark. Ooh, McKay comes to her. I like this matchup. Bath breaks though. NSU go to the far side. Wang looking deep. Oh, it goes high. McGill getting in there and with a big swat. I don't think she actually gets it. No, she does. It pops up into the face of Ong. Okay. Rosenthal. There is a pick. Briones has found herself on the ground. Rosenthal still has the disc for Manly. I imagine she will keep this because the pick didn't look like it affected the play. But Rosenthal getting it. Just Riona is playing defense down the field. Rules being for a pick. The defender catches up their space. Catches up their distance that they would get. Bath playing on McKay. I like this matchup. I think it's a really good matchup. A nice catch there by Falea getting that one. McKay gets up the line. McKay gesturing at what she wants. Chow. Chow, she's on the sideline. Luna West comes around to get a bit of a trap on. It pops up in the air. Excellent pressure on the mark there by West. Bath is going to pick it up. She goes for the spin and with a forehand now to Sano. 6-2 the score. There is a call. It'll come back on a pick by the looks of it. Bath. She's been dropping massive backhands and shows she can do it on the other side as well. Oh, it's unbelievable. And for those of you who are wondering, oh, why doesn't the score stand? It does look like it was Sano's defender that got affected on that pick. So naturally, the person who scores, if they've managed to get away from the defender because of a pick, it has to come back. Briones sporting the gloves. That's on. Looks into that near corner. Bath trying to get free. Sano. Oh, and Falea just gets enough of it. A fingertip. And it just wobbles and drops to the ground. McKay will go with a long backhand towards Falea. Good looking technique there by McKay. See the big step out, the big rip. Those big long backhands, that good technique will send you a long way. Not so much about strength, but how do you generate spin? How do you control the angle of the disc? McKay go to work against Bath. West looks to Briones with a snag in the gloves. That's Wang. Oh. They're going down this near sideline, NSU Aurora. They're a little bit stuck, and there's the turn. McKay doing enough. And the pressure on the mark by McGill. McKay. I don't think it's going to be too long before we see McKay playing for the Manly Division 1 team. McGill. Back to McKay. There's the cut to the corner. It doesn't go up to Ramsden. McKay stuck with the disc, the high stall. Pops it out to Chow. Chow with a speculator. Oh. And just like a Daytara Trader, she is good. She comes out ahead. Rosenthal popping up out of seemingly nowhere at the back. Going over all of the NSU Aurora defenders who got sucked in a little bit towards the front line. The throw high, going over everyone. While we're in a break, I think we need to talk about some of the zinc game of Manly. Going with the blue and the green. Looks great. Could create some interesting tan lines though, especially those of them that aren't wearing hats and just got the zinc on the face. There's one player with an M on her forehead. I think she might need to be careful about that, otherwise her trip into work on a Monday morning might involve a hat. Of course, I know this not through personal experience. High school swimming carnival. Tan lines are fun. You know what also is fun? Ultimate Frisbee. We've got some 18 minutes left to play in this match. Looks to be Adelaide who is going to pull for the Rollers. This is probably where their fight back needs to start in this game. They can't really wait too much longer, because if they find themselves in this kind of deficit in, say, another 5 or so minutes, it's hard to come back. There's only been 8 points scored, and they're down by 2 in this game. Adelaide. Good example of good technique. Lane. Nelly Brondex. Recently married, likes to has changed her name for the double-barreled Nelly Brondex. Our congratulations to Anna and their partner. Jean Mayer. Otten. I think that Otten is probably not too far away from a Div I berth either. She's looked good today. Jean Mayer looking for Rianne Johnson. Lane. The backhand that gets a little bit short arm there. Jean Mayer on the mark, affecting enough physical pressure there to the arm couldn't come through and complete that throw as well as Lane would have liked. Jean Mayer. And Aurora playing with some poachers in the lane. There's Otten. Otten with a nice looking forehand. And Gakatan jumping in front. Olivia Eng, who had actually stopped her cut there, so giving Gakatan the opportunity to jump in front lane. Nice throw towards the middle of the field. That's a wild one. Now. Otten has found herself running past two defenders. The throw though away to the left hand, which based upon statistics I would guess is the weaker hand. Oh, nice throw there by Lamb. A lot of power behind it though. And Lane off her left hand. Given that both those players are throwing with their right hands, I would assume that they are right-handed. Jean Mayer. Adelaide goes a little bit earlier, and Jean Mayer is a little bit stuck, but Otten bails her out. Let's get down the field. Wentworth Ping to Chow. Rian Chow, who met her teammates this morning. Oh, Chow. High blading backhand. Interesting throw selection. Lane. Oh, that is a good looking forehand. Buryak. Wow, what a throw by Lane. That's 6-3 the score. We'll go back to it. You see Buryak just cutting early, and Lane, who is a good player and good enough to get it to her. Chow coming fast, trying to get that block on, but a little bit too late in the throw, a little bit too good. So we edge closer towards that 60-minute mark. Time cap will go at about 70. Looks like Bath. Pull. Interestingly, Nathan Chan, coach of NSU Aurora, is off to the left-hand side. He's on the field, but it looks like Bath, who is actually calling this line. I like that. Nathan Chan, a very experienced player. Accomplished in his own time. It seems like the role he's playing is very much a guiding role, a nurturing role, you could even say. Where he's not taking over the show. He's giving these NSU Aurora athletes. Room to grow and room to develop. I think that there was a question asked of him because he did chime in with a suggestion, I think, that line call just seemed to be mostly Bath. Interesting. It's always great to see how the different coaches approach their job and how they go about their business. Bath. Look at the size of that backhand. Okay, to Chrissy Chow, and that one for Leia is really seeming to struggle to come to grips with the conditions. She's dropped a few now, and I don't think her throwers are doing her any favours either. Bath. Nice low throw there to Rickards Tang. Rickards Tang will find a reset. Keep the stall low. Nguyen goes to Sano. Sano looks for the good-looking break. What a throw by Sano with the low release flick to the break side of the field. NSU Aurora are absolutely rolling over the Manly Rollers at the moment. And somewhat predictably, as we look at this, Sano, low release, forehand. Many a player that is in love with that throw, and many a player who have never done it as good as that. So Manly will call a timeout. We're going to go to some replays. Maybe. I imagine that Coach Nathan Chan would be very happy with how Aurora have approached this game. It's close early, tied up at 2 apiece, and now we're at a stage where Aurora has put on quite the run, a 5-point-to-1 run. And at this stage, it's a stage where Aurora have probably won this match. They've done enough. And a comeback for Manly just isn't on the cards. The time cap rules being what they are, they're not going to have the opportunity to, potentially add one and then go on a 5-point comeback. Time cap will put an end to the game. You have to be within one to get the additional opportunity. So if time cap went now, the time to come back was earlier in this game. They just didn't go. The NSU Aurora team was too good. Chan, coach of the Manly Rollers. And NSU Aurora are going to get back on the field first. As the Rollers now break their huddle. They're going to be on offense. One of the biggest differences between Division 1 and Division 2 Ultimate. In Division 1, turnovers are a little bit harder to come by, a little bit fewer and far in between. And in Div 2, however, teams will get offensive. Who is on defense doesn't matter quite as much. Still matters, of course, but less so, perhaps, in these divisions. And it becomes more about conversion of opportunities, because you will have the opportunity. Can you convert it? that opposition red zone. Adlard. Adlard fakes the flick, goes to the backhand towards Otten. She settles underneath it, and Lane affects a block before it gets into the hands of Rosenthal, who was lurking. Brunelli Brondex. Completes. Kong to jump. Now to Ong on the far sideline. Luna West comes sideways. A low throw that goes through the hands, hits her in the shin and falls to the ground. Adlard now. It seems that Manly are going to play with a little bit of intent now. Going for McKay. Probably not enough distance. West going to get another crack and gets this one on the second attempt. West to Lane. Lane points. And West is beginning to get a little bit comfortable out there, I think, is Luna West. She's managing to find some resets, and just as I say that, I put the mocker on her. The commentator's curse, I'm sorry. Young Luna West. Oh, now she's going to have to play defense against the taller Falea, who comes forward and catches. On that far sideline now, they're close. Norwood with the layout bid is not there. McKay comes up with it, and the flip. Well, Kendall Lane with a humongous layout bid. I don't know how she didn't get it. And then it was McKay to Rosenthal for the score. This is a replay of the earlier Sano inside out break. Boom shakalaka. It's a very nice throw, that one. Well, the Manly Rollers now, that's their 4th point of the game. So here's the Adlard Huck that Falea makes a great play on. See Lane working on McKay, and then here it comes. Oh, that is such a great layout there by Lane to get the flip to go from outside shoulder to inside shoulder, bid on the disc. It's that's pretty impressive there by that young lady. McKay, great concentration actually to catch that. Lamb to Sano. He's had a great game. Gakutan. It's a nice throw to his near sideline. Low. Trips and stumbles a little. Norwood. Norwood's been slotted in as a thrower now. Ing. Norwood will get a reset. Gets it past Buryak to Chow. Oh, and there's a strip by Gakutan. A little bit uninadvertent, I think. McGay. Gay. That flick looks good, but it's a little bit too far to Lamb. And Lamb's going to go straight back, and Buryak's in a good spot. She's got Gakutan going long, and it's just too rushed to throw. Buryak waves it off. Here's Chow picking it up for the Manly Rollers. Oh, the inside throw to Otten. Receiver and thrower on different pages of the playbook there. Lamb. And the backhand is Deed, emphatically. So Chow now. Chow throwing to space. And again, can't get it under control inside the field of play. So that's a turnover, and NSU Aurora. Sano. Well, there is time cap in the background, which means that we finish the point, and because we're not within one, I think Aurora have just won this game. Players obviously don't know that yet. They'll work that out shortly. But for those of us at home, we know what's happened. Jean-Maire to N. Otten. Otten. Backhand to McKay. McKay has a receiver. A nice throw, it floats. It's not quite long enough. Wentworth ping on the end zone line. What's she going to do with it? She's going to go to McKay. And McKay knew it. As soon as Wentworth pinged through it, she was like, not there. Not that way. It's moments like that that you learn about your teammates and you learn what they want. Every thrower has something that they want. McKay underneath it. The throw from Lamb. So it looks to be Buryak to pick. Nope, Buryak's on defense. It's Norwood. Pick it up for Manly. Oh, a great throw, opening up the field to the break side. Jean-Maire. Jean-Maire with a flat backhand. Manly have scored for their 5th point of the game. That's 7-5 though, and that is the game. NSU Aurora won it, managed to hold off the Rollers, who were beginning to surge. The time cap rules helping them out maybe a little bit. But that is going to end our first game here on day 1 of the New South Wales Ultimate Championships. My name has been Daniel Clinton, so thank you for joining me. We'll be back with the second game here shortly. Don't go anywhere.
ulti.TV